Give everyone a minute to come in. Gonna read for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. No, it's not alcohol. That is a sparkling energy drink. Tangerine berry. Ugh. Not the best, but it is what it is. All right, let me get my butt comfy here. I feel like I was on crooked. It was not sitting right on the carpet. All right. What are we going to pull? I'm going to pull from that again. I guess so. I'm being pulled to it again. Where are we starting, Spirit? Okay. All right. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Melissa with Meraki Healing Arts. Remember to hit the like as you come in the door. I'm not doing personal reads on this live. I'm reading for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius General Collective. Remember that these reads are for entertainment purposes only. And if you're rude in the chat, you'll be blocked immediately. So, all right. Angels, guides, ancestors, and starseeds, give us the message we need to hear for Aries. For Aries, current energy. Oh, wow. Aries, that's big. Big. What else, Aries? What else? Bloxicola, hello. Just started pulling for the Aries read. Have not actually read the cards online, just pulling the cards. So you haven't really missed anything. Anything else? What else do we have for Aries? What else do we have for Aries? First deck that I'm using is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Ah, thank you. Is that Hema? Hema the cat? Thank you. I just said on the Taurus read, so I went much bolder this time with my hair. I went for it's called magenta, a very pinky red. When it was time to touch it up. No, it's not my first live. I've done lives before. So this particular hot pink, red, magenta color is in honor of, I call her my mother-in-law. My partner who died 4 years ago was never married, but the family all calls me the daughter-in-law. His mom just passed, and so her funeral was yesterday. Her favorite color was hot pink. So when I decided to go bold, I did this hot pink magenta color in honor of Miss Sarah. So, and I like it. It's pretty fiery. Yeah, it is a kind of a mix of maroon and pink. I had like a darker, kind of a Cabernet, like a browner kind of red. So it's a mix, it's a blend of those, and it's super bright up here where my grays were, where my gray hairs were. It's really, really pink up there with the magenta, but yeah. So it's a mix. It's darker on the ends where my hair always tends to hold the dye and the color longer because it's not gray down there. So it's just looking like a pretty powerful read for Aries. Anything else from this pull, Spirit? Anything else? Any clarifiers? Okay. All right. What is that one? Oh, that's not good, Aries. Okay, we'll stop there and then we'll get a clarifier because that card was troubling. Just pulling them in order, putting them in order, the order that they came out. All right, let me know where you're from. I see viewers that I've never seen on here before, so let me know where you're from. All right, the first card out for Aries is Hollow Bone, Teachability. Teachability. This is really giving a very shamanistic vibe. It's got the elk antlers, feathers, and what looks like a tribal flute with turquoise. So maybe some of you are becoming more connected with ancestral wisdom, ancestral healing methods, or shamanism, connecting with nature and animals and animal spirit guides. You're in a very teachable moment. Hello, you're from Dubai. Oh, that's wonderful. Seen pictures, never been there. I am in America, in the cold northeastern region, in Ohio. All right, the next card out is Caterpillar, Opportunity. She's a little fiery, kind of feisty, sexy feline, and I've got to cover her up because she has bare breast on there, and we can't show that on YouTube. So maybe you went through a glow up, Aries. She looks soft and feminine, but quite alluring. So whether you're male or female, feels like glow up era, opportunity and caterpillar. So you're coming out, and oh yeah, she's all glittery. Interesting. She has jewels on her face. Everything around her is blossoming, but very ethereal energy with clouds and mist around her, but all over her fur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 eyes, other than the 2 on her head, and 2 of them are where her breast should be. So, talk about clear vision. You may have multiple clear senses, clairaudience, clairgustance, clairtangents. So you might see things, know things, hear things. Maybe you can smell things. Maybe you touch things and you know things. You're originally from United Arab Emirates. You don't know how to spell the last word for the acronym for your country. That's okay. That's okay. I love that. And how did you end up in Dubai? How did you travel there for work or? I don't know why did I just do that? I'm sitting there shuffling the ones that I already let out, but let me see if I can remember the order they were out. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that was the last one. Okay, now I remember. Okay, so the next card out was Covenant, Sacred Contract. You may be looking at contracts with partnerships. Sacred contracts could be the contract between you and the divine, you and source, you and your purpose. Other sacred contracts could be a divine partnership with someone who is also living in purpose. So, masculine, feminine, same sex couples, doesn't matter. A covenant is literally a sacred agreement, a spiritual agreement. So you may be entering into that or considering that, or just walking more fully in your own purpose. Oh, yeah, this is lovely. The next card is Repairing the Veil, Forgiveness. And what I get from this card every time I've gotten this card is that you have worked on forgiving things in your ancestry. So maybe things where your lineage, your family may have had some dysfunction. So, and repairing the veil is you're forgiving people who have already passed on. Butterfly spirit, DNA, so family lineage. and repairing the veil would be the beyond. So you maybe are working on forgiveness of someone who's in spirit. You moved because your mom said, I'm staying in my house for a few months. So you're staying there with your aunts and your grandparents. Oh, well, at least you have family around you. That's cool. That's cool. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying the traveling to a new place and learning a new land. I think that's always exciting. Yeah. The next card out is Woodwives, adaptability. So, yeah, if you've moved to a whole new country, you definitely have to be adaptable. And whatever you've been going through, the caterpillar transformation, the glow up, the changes in your life, the sacred covenant of maybe purpose that you're coming into, and if you're working on all of that ancestral healing, that's definitely having to be adaptable. That sounds like a lot of changes. A lot of changes. So the next card out is Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. Very, very loving energy. Could be a new romantic relationship on the horizon. You've got a heart hanging down from the boughs of the tree there, some crystals, butterflies for transformation. Garden of love. You may have new love energy coming in, but the card being rest and renewal. Deep self-love and compassion is what you're being called to at this time. Oh, yeah. And here we come into a more challenging energy. So the next three cards that you have out, Crown Games, right use of power. So, card number 8. Battle of the Wits is what I'm getting with this card. So, challenging situation with someone, and you're being reminded to make calculated moves, calculated risks. Don't get too far into your ego with a battle of wits. Sometimes you may know you're right, and yet you're cautioned. I'm hearing, is every battle with it? Is every battle worth it? And sometimes you just need to let them be. They'll trip, seeing someone trip their own selves up on, it's like a piece of rope, like you would make an animal snare in the woods. So sometimes people will trip themselves up and you won't have to do anything. They'll get caught in their own mind control and mind games. So I don't know who you're battling with, Aries. But it seems to be, with the crown, a battle of who's in control, who's in power, who gets to call all the shots. Seeing someone rolling dice and calling the shots. So someone's taking a gamble. Someone's taking a gamble and thinking that they can overpower you. So that could be a work situation, that could be a family situation, that could be a romantic situation, could be within a friendship circle. But there's a battle of wits going on. And the next card out is Dances on One Foot, balancing act. Wow. Whatever it is that you're going through, it is quite a transformation. When I first looked at the who's dancing on there, it looked, like an actual butterfly or a bug, and it's like a wood nymph, a wood fairy. So you're going through with all that green, and you literally being the wood fairy or the butterfly on that card. I mean, you're just oozing transformation. You know, everything that you're going through is transformation. And you're definitely balancing a whole ton, but you're growing through it. You're growing through it. And not just gracefully. Look at her leg kicking out there. I mean, there's some strength in that pointed movement of that leg. So strength, precision, pointed actions. The next card out is Dream Thief, refusal of the call. So, wow, yeah. Literally, with this one. Wow. So it's a flying monkey. So you've got somebody, this person, you've got somebody with this crown, what was it? Crown Games, right use of power. You have somebody who really would love to control your life. Now I'm getting the story. Somebody who would really love to control your life and tell you how things are going to go and how things are going to be. And you're balancing it all. You're growing your mind and your business. You're growing through it all, and you're learning how to communicate or not communicate to this person. And they really just don't want to see you happy. They're a dream thief. They would love to take every bit of happiness. What a narcissistic piece of work. I'm really trying not to cuss on my lives. It's so difficult to do because it just comes flying out when I feel stuff and I channel stuff, and I can feel the energy of people who are so challenging to deal with. So this person does not want to they don't want to see you happy. They're jealous of any happiness and growth that you have or any abundance in your life. This may not be everybody's read, so if it doesn't, let it go. It's not going to resonate with everyone. It's a general read, but refusal of the call. You're literally like, yeah, no, I'm not even listening to the flying monkey bull crap. Not even going to answer your call. So someone may be trying their darndest to get through to you, to make the call, not just a physical call, but to call the shots, that came out earlier. Someone is trying to call the shots and tell you how things are going to be. And you're like, nah, that's not, we're not even going to talk about this. We're not even going to talk about this. We're not even going to talk about it. Nope. You said what you needed to say. I heard you. But no, we're not talking. So whoever you are, we're not talking about this. We're not talking about this anymore. And literally you disconnect, block. For some of you, this is a custody issue. This is a custody issue, a custody battle, a battle over children. For others, it's just a general family issue with someone who's very, very controlling. Very controlling nature of this person. And they just want to boss everybody around. And you already know this. What do we have? Root girl, the disowned self. So, yeah, for some of you, this was someone you were in partnership with. And, you felt disowned by everybody. But there's a 6 and a 4 on the card number 64. It's like the 10 of Swords that you already went through. You felt like, this rejection and disowning from the person, the family, all of that. And you had to really get grounded and find yourself after that. And be very resourceful to deal with this person. This is my prickly pear, the prickly cactus. What a prick. Difficult person with the bull horns and the green face, jealous. Every time you talk to them, it's a difficult conversation. Yeah, 10, 11. And again, so 9, 10, 11, 29 on the card, 9 and 2 or an 11. It's over, and you know that, and you're into a whole new cycle of your life. And this person just can't stand it. God, they can't stand any growth and happiness you have in your life. What a hater. Oh, Aries. Yeah. yuck, yucky energy. What do we have? Card number 11. Deep, quiet meditation and stillness. You value your peace. You're like, yeah, I don't even need to talk. I don't even need to talk to this person. Keeping to yourself. Keeping to yourself. And man, it's just, what a weight. What a weight not having to hear that controlling person anymore. Aries, whoever you are, whoever energy I'm picking up, I'm sorry that you're going through that. Sorry you're going through that. All right. Any other clarity for Aries? Any other clarity for Aries? What do we have coming up for Aries? This is a little bit heavy, so it's a little bit past energy, a little bit current energy. Card feels like a mix. It's usually when the cards feel a little heavy like this, it's showing me past energy. Showing me past energy. So this may be something you have already went through. Some of you are still going through it. Okay, this is good. 11. So yeah, you're ready to move on from this with this, you know, you're thinking out into the universe with Skybridge. You're sending your thoughts out to the Most High, God, Source, Creator, that, is it possible that I could ever have union with someone in the future? I don't think it's this Yehu from the past, but you're thinking and putting your thoughts out there to what kind of a foundation that you would want when you come into a partnership with someone, and setting those intentions and those thoughts out into the unit, kind of a life you'd want to build if you ever were to go into partnership with someone again. May or may not have someone on your mind or in your world, in your vicinity. I think you're just in the thought process of what kind of partnership you'd want. Maybe you finally feel like you've healed enough that you're ready and you're putting yourself out there. Again, that's what I'm feeling. I'm hearing little tinkles of glass, like someone's going out to dinner or going out to get a drink. Putting yourself out there in the public eye a little bit more. Hey, Steph. Oh, thank you, hon. So, yeah. I wanted to go a little more bold, Steph, with the hair. And I ended up, when I went to get the dye, I went to a funeral yesterday for Lorenzo's mom. Lorenzo, my partner that passed almost 4 years ago. His mom died a week or so ago. And her funeral and viewing were yesterday, and her favorite color was hot pink. And I was like, where's stuff? I already knew. I must have felt you. Like, I was like, yeah. And it's okay, Steph. She was older and she had really suffered a long time. But anyway, her favorite color was hot pink and white. So they wanted everyone to wear that to the funeral and viewing. And I was already wanting to go bolder with my hair. And so when I did, I picked like the boldest pinky red. This is magenta instead of that dark wine Cabernet that I had. But it's so bright pink up here where my grays were. It's a little darker down here where it blended with the old color, but it's still, I like it. It's fun. It's fun. So, but yeah, but I mean, I'm just happy she's not, happy Miss Sarah is not suffering anymore. So, Steph, I literally feel like most of this Aries read, you're going to have to go back and watch the whole thing. I feel like I was pulling a read like Stephanie's World. It really does. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It feels a little spicy. It feels a little spicy. Yeah, I didn't even take any pictures yesterday. I had on like a hot pink shirt. I didn't have any white pants to wear other than like white blue jeans that the knees were ripped. And I'm like, well, that's not appropriate for a funeral. So I wore black dress pants with my hot pink. I had like a lace tank. Just darn near almost matched my hair. So I wore that. Yeah. But it was, she She had arthritis for a long time and dementia and Alzheimer's, and she had gotten pretty bad with that. She had had it for years. So, you know, we all know she's not suffering anymore. So it's just us that's missing her, but she's not feeling any pain. All right. Is this the heavy old energy? Let's get new energy for Aries. We have anything else from this deck? I feel like this is all heavy old. Yeah, Steph, you'll definitely have to go back. I feel like that whole first read, every card that I was pulling was kind of like, that kind of sounds like Steph's. Oh, it kind of sounds like Steph's. Kind of sounds like Steph's junk. So, I don't know why I felt like it was your stuff. All right. What else do we have? Do you have Aries in your chart? Where do you have Aries in your chart, Steph? It was Aries read, but I was like, this sounds like Steph. All right. Oh, okay. So, yay, finally, new energy. Perfect storm, the courage to step into life. So, hawk-eyed, but crazy enough, with like peacock feathers on the tail, but more like the body of a hawk, Venus in Aries. So perfect storm. Everything is right on point for you to step into your new life. So you're having courage. And yep, the Fool's Embrace, card number 22. You've already went through transmuting your pain. Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. So you could feel like you're in between energetic realms, in between two realities of your old life and the new life that you're creating. I really feel like you're getting a whole lot of new intuitive downloads and telepathic or psychic abilities. So you're sometimes a little bit between realms and trying to understand all of those new gifts and downloads. But just know this is a very magician energy in the hand. The universe is your partner. You're creating the life that you want. You hold all of the energy in your hands, very solar plexus activation energy with this creation. Hello, how you doing, Sokol? Welcome in. And Moon Maiden, new beginnings. A little bit of you don't really know everything that's to come. You get a little in your emotions sometimes over it, because she is, yeah, it's like she's right there under that full moon. There's a veil in between. And she's got angel wings, but it really looks like she's deep, deep in water. You've been through a lot, Sokol. Well, I'm just in the middle of the Aries read. Only really looking at, current timeline and 1 to 3 months out. So if you have Aries, you can listen to this read, and then I'm doing Leo and Sag, but I'm not doing personals tonight. I'll do mini reads this weekend at some point if time allows. So, all right, let me get back to the Aries poll. Let's look at, I want to do that. Yeah. Any advice from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms for Aries? So that first read was a little bit looking at some past energy to current energy using the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And we're going to look at advice from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, the Oracle deck from Colette Baron Reed. Thank you, Sokol. All right. Any advice for Aries? Any advice for Aries? Looking at a 1 to 3 month time window, angels, guides, ancestors, and star seeds. Any advice for Aries? Any caution or advice for the greatest and highest good for Aries? Any advice? Any advice for Aries, please? Any advice for Aries? Spirits, guides, ancestors, star seeds. Oh, Almost wanted to take that when it started to flip, but I'm not going to take it if it doesn't flip all the way out. Angels, guides, and ancestors. We have a stubborn deck here. Any advice, please, Spirit? There we go. 2 cards out. Okay. The Lady of the Gift. Generosity, receiving, and withholding. Card number 20. Wow. Okay. With this pairing together and the Desert Prince, survival and false promises. So these 2 cards together, Aries, are a little bit of a caution of be cautious and aware of anyone that you would be meeting if you're just getting back out there into the dating world or into new relationships. Not to overgive. She's got beautiful energy there, just, blowing out love and light and kisses and butterflies to the world. Might be your normal nature and spirit. But it says receiving and withholding. So you need to know when to hold back a little and make sure that things are reciprocal. And that you have somebody in your energy. This is very Knight of Swords. Someone who is a little bit stuck in survival mode and might make some false promises. He has the Sword of Truth in his hands, but it's pointed down. So he's not really telling you the full truth. He's trying to be vulnerable and tell you things, but he's trying to have the strength to tell you the truth. But with false promises on the card, that's a caution that he may be feeling braver and saying things. What I'm getting is his mouth is writing checks that his ass can't cash. So be careful of anyone coming in with false promises and making things seem like they're going to be oh so great. Someone who's a little bit in survival mode, maybe financially at this time. So don't be the one to overgive and be bailing someone out. So very specific energy on that card. Just be cautious. Yeah. Just be cautious. And again, that doesn't have to be for everyone. It's not going to resonate with everyone. That's good general advice, no matter who you are. Make someone, make someone show you with their actions, consistent actions, not just words, who they are. Are they who they present themselves to be? Or are they one person in front of the world and another entirely in their personal and private life? All right. Any other advice, spirits, guides, ancestors, and star seeds for our Aries collective before we move on to Leo? Did we just do one pull? We're on our second pull for Aries. You guys are so quiet. Where are you from, Sokol? If you're still here, where are you from? Angels, guides, ancestors, and starseeds. There we go. Good. The Swan Queen. So you're going through a transformation, a glow up, maybe your beauty. Definitely. Swan comes, I'm thinking of the Kosovo. Oh, nice. Sorry, I'm just picturing where you live. So the Swan Queen, you're going through a bit of a glow up in your beauty, but you live in Virginia. Okay, cool. Going through maybe a transformation or a glow up with your health and your beauty. using your intuition and your patience to go through this time of transformation. And I feel like this is, you're doing it for yourself more so than anybody else. Started out that way or not, it may have been motivated by wanting to prove others wrong, but now you're finding the beauty in just really pouring into yourself and giving yourself a little more self-love than you ever had in the past. So that's a beautiful transformation, whether that was past or current energy. This does feel current. The cards feel light. Cards feel very light. And we had another one, kind of sticking out sideways on that deck when we shuffled. So the Eagle King, the big picture, angelic help. I love this. Eagles are very keen-eyed, can see everything, the big picture, angelic help. So maybe more in touch with your guides, Aries. Ancestors and angels is what I'm hearing from this. Maybe some of you have native ancestry or shamans, healers in your bloodline, in your lineage, no matter what culture that you come from. Someone who was also spiritually gifted, and they're helping to guide you as you go through your transformation, your spiritual ascension, and coming into your spiritual gifts. So that's beautiful energy. Beautiful energy. All right, is that all we have with that? I'm mixing my decks up. Here. All right. That's all we had. Is there anything else from this Wisdom of the Hidden Realms? Any other guidance for the next 1 to 3 months for Aries from the Hidden Realms? Then I think we're going to do we'll do a Divine Doorways too. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Anything else? Anything else? All right. There we go. Ooh, the altar priestess, preparation, prayer, and sacred rituals. So maybe that's a new practice that you're coming into, is calling in for yourself, creating a sacred space for your spiritual practices. And that is helping you to become more aligned with yourself and your source creator and the Most High. It's helping you to become much more balanced and fair to yourself and others. The Keeper of the Scales, this is a justice card, seeking justice and balance in your life, fairness in all things, making sure that you create that own justice for yourself by creating healthy boundaries in your life. So good positive energy, no major changes right now for you, Aries, which is surprising. Just a gentle transformation. It looks like maybe a deepening of your spiritual gifts, getting back out into the dating world after some hard times and some healing, and a little bit of a glow up, more for yourself and your own peace of mind than anything. So nice little read. Nothing super negative. A caution to be aware of who you let into your world. Somebody, oh yeah, we had the writing checks that his ass can't cash. So that was the only cautionary thing in the whole read. So I'm just writing down the decks we used, and we're still going to do for Aries a Divine Doorways that talks about what is coming in new. And maybe a deep dive. Take a sip of my energy drink here. All right. So for Aries, we're going to use the Divine Doorways deck. That deck I usually use to look at what energetic portals are opening up for Aries. What energetic portals are opening up for Aries? That means new situations that could present themselves. What are the changes in the energy? Looking at a 1 to 3 month window. Remember, this is a general collective read. Hey, how you doing? DNA Mindset Matters, aka Minnie, right? Minnie? Nice to see you back. All right, Aries. The first card in the Divine Doorways poll, profound opportunities lie beyond what is familiar. Seek adventure. So this is a really, maybe travel, but this really looks like getting out into nature. Oh, I love this. This is something I've been really pulled to do. I want to go for a hike and see some waterfalls. So maybe you've got that on your mind, on your agenda is some travel. Hey, Hector, how you doing? Nice to see you, hun. So, Aries, yeah, you've got unknown realms, opportunities to go beyond and seek adventure. So, in the next 1 to 3 months, you may be looking at some travel, specifically getting out into nature with the rocks and the waterfalls there. Tell me if you're traveling, where you're going. I love to explore new places and spaces and find new places to travel to. What else do you have coming, Aries? Let's see. Ooh, right timing. This is a pivotal moment where timing is crucial. Choose your moment. What do we have on the clock? Oh, this card cracks me up. Okay. So, okay. So for some of you, this has to do with your romantic life. And the only reason that I say that, this card is so glaringly, if you really look at the up close and personal of the clock, it just looks like a female's genitalia on the bottom of that clock there. You know, it's supposed to look like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a candle or a tree or a key, but the clock, the bottom of the clock looks like a female's genitalia. So maybe some of you are looking at, when is it time to get frisky again, and you're feeling ready. But it's all about right timing. It's a pivotal moment where timing is crucial. Choose your moment. It cautioned you, if you are getting out into the dating scene, Aries, to be aware of. So it showed it as a male figure who wasn't being entirely truthful. And what was that card? But it was writing checks that his ass couldn't cash. So male or female, be aware. Use your discretion and discernment if you're getting out there into the dating world after some time of not doing that. The next card out, Aries, is fresh start. View each day as a chance to start anew and grow, explore possibilities. So yeah, getting out into the world. So traveling, dating, after some time of not doing that, is what we have. And it's all about right timing. You'll know when you feel ready. You'll know when you feel called to do that. If you're thinking about opening up intimately to someone, use your discretion and your caution. Don't be out there going all buck wild just because you're freshly single and healed. Finally, I'm hearing finally healed for some of you. So, all right, what other energetic doorways do we have opening up with divine doorways? Angels, guides, ancestors, and star seeds. 44 minutes into Aries. All right, we're going to move on to Leo. This is our last card pull for Aries. We're going to move on to Leo. All right, we'll take that flipper. Divine insight and consult your inner vision, spiritual clarity. Pretty straightforward. Any big decision that you have, go within, talk to the Most High, Connect with your guides and ancestors and seek the higher knowledge. Consult your own inner vision for the spiritual clarity that you need with any big decisions that you make in your life, be they regarding work, career, partnerships, or getting jiggy like the picture on the clock with the right timing. So, Aries, that was your read. I'm going to take a little sip of my drink and we'll come back with Leo. Hector, where are you from? Are you new here? You new here? Are you still here, Hector? Hey, I'm going to vape real quick. Sorry, I hate doing it on camera, but... All right, going ahead with Leo. At 46:07 for the timestamp for Leo, for Leo, for Leo. Pulling with Leo, what are you going through? Let's see. I'm going to use the Psychic Oracle deck from Debbie Malone and Amelia Chedalescu. Leo, looking at a 1 to 3 month window for Leo, angels, guides, ancestors, and star seeds. What do we have coming in energies for Leo, please? Give us the cards we need to see. Leo energy, please. Leo energy. Leo energy. Leo energy. This deck, light, so very current energy. What else do we have for Leo? What else do we have for Leo, please? Angels, guides, and ancestors. What do we have here? Ooh, numbers. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Huh. Ooh, I got dizzy. So from this particular card, I'm getting divine alignment. Creating with the universe. It's all about mathematical equations, what you're creating, the reality that you're creating. Downloads, maybe you're working with Metatron. I'm hearing Metatron. If you are not already deep into your natal chart, you're being called to do so, Leo. Be aware of your natal chart and your placements, all of your placements in your chart, and how they affect the different aspects of your personality. Hearing North Node, be aware of your North Node placement as well, Leo. So that particular first card out was numbers, divine geometry, sacred geometry, and astrology. I'm hearing divine creator, creatrix. So you're in a highly creative manifesting time right now. Co-creator with the universe. Envisioning your reality. Serious manifestation power. Serious manifestation power, Leo. What is it you're trying to create? What is it you're trying to create, Leo? Yeah. Yeah. Trying to create literally the perfect life, the rainbow, after all the crap that you've went through. You've went through a bunch of hard times, and you're trying to create a whole new reality. The rainbow after the storm. So a whole new life. Some of you have moved recently. Some of you have moved recently. Recently divorced, recently moved, recently lost a partner through divorce, or they're passing away. If that is you, I'm sorry for any losses that you had, Leo. But you're looking to new horizons. Looking to new horizons. If you haven't already moved, though, you're thinking of a move in the future. Hello, really appreciate you. What a nice screen name. I love that. Where are you from? Where are you from, hun? Leo, looking at 1 to 3 months out. What else do we have? What do you have going on in your current energy and looking 1 to 3 months out, Leo? 1 to 3 months out. What's in your energy? Do we have any Leos in the chat right now? I've already finished the read for Aries and I'm on to Leo. Let's see. All right, Leo. Okay. All right, card number 22. Leo, you have meditation. You're maybe getting more grounded, more centered, connecting with the earth, mindful moments, some more self-reflection, cosmic reflection. You're getting, yeah. You are a divine portal. A divine portal. You're channeling directly from the divine. A lot of your channeling is coming through in music. You may create music or hear music. Your ancestors and guides are speaking to you through music. That may be songs coming on in your car on the radio, where someone is changing the channel. That may be songs you're hearing in your head, clear audience, or popping up on. Are you calling me a witch? That word doesn't scare me. Does it scare you? I'm not a witch, but they didn't burn witches. They burned women who were healers and midwives. So if you're calling me that, I'm not afraid of you. No response. That's okay. Thank you for the view. It helps my channel to grow. So I appreciate that. All right, Leo. So yeah, creating with the universe. You have the cosmic reflection. You're a portal to the divine. You're getting divine downloads and information, cosmic information from your angels, guides, ancestors, and the Most High God, Creator, Source, and channeling music. Just a confirmation that if that's occurring for you, your angels and ancestors, that they are with you and communicate. What else do we have coming in for Leo in the next 1 to 3 months? Angels, guides, ancestors, and spirits. Angels, guides, ancestors, spirits, and star seeds. What do we have coming for Leo in the next 1 to 3 months? Any direction, please? Any direction, please? There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the tarot love dump. All right, let's keep these in order. Oh. All right, the next card out is Hearts. Very self-compassion energy. being reminded there's a little broken heart there up at the top of the card, reminding you to be gentle and show yourself compassion in this time that you are co-creating with the universe. Give yourself grace and forgiveness. Oh, that's beautiful. Your loved ones in spirit are with you. They know what you're going through. And a confirmation that they are sending you love. They were greeted in by family. You may be seeing signs and symbols of them around you. We have the feathers. We have the dragonflies, the butterflies. So you may see those, or kind of like those pennies from heaven moments. You may be finding those as a confirmation that your loved ones in spirit are just sending you a little physical reminder. The next card out is Bag of Marbles. Yeah, you may have really felt like you lost your whole mm, Silvara, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. What thinking about for Venjadish speak English? Are you asking me about a person named Venjadish if they will be able to speak English? Anyone will be able to speak English with enough practice, hun. You can, if you have the money, there are actual hearing devices where you can put in a hearing piece, and when someone is speaking English, you can hear what they're saying translated into your own language so that you can understand it. I know learning a new language can be difficult. Found most helpful when I was learning new languages was if you're able to listen to it, set aside time every day to listen to the new language. You are Venjadish. You are wanting to know how. Um, you are wanting to know how Jathanjali is feeling. 1 minute. Let me finish up this Leo read. I was not going to do a personal read. If I have time, I'll answer that question for you. Okay. Let me finish up with the Leo read. But thank you and welcome in. Remember to hit the like. So, perhaps you lost someone in spirit that you're thinking of at the moment. You felt like when you lost that person, you felt like you kind of lost your mind, lost your marbles. Your Tamil language. I do not speak Tamil. I speak English, some Spanish, and quite a bit of Mandarin Chinese, but mostly things for parenting and travel. My conversation in Mandarin with adults is not as well. I learned it more to speak to young children. So you felt like you kind of lost your mind for a moment there when you lost your loved one and they went to spirit. But now you are planting seeds for your new tree of life. For your new tree of life. And you're putting in quite a lot of work, quite a lot of teamwork actually with this. So on this card, it says hands. So you have blueprints, mechanical tools, a hammer. There's kind of a hard hat, but that hard hat, baseball batting helmet to me. So it just reminds me of teamwork. So you could have many people in your physical world who are helping you create the life you want, or just your own spirit team. You have all hands on deck is what I'm hearing. All hands on deck to create a new reality, to create a new life after any losses that you've went through. You're in your phoenix rising from the ashes moment, Leo. Coming through some challenging healing times of letting someone go and having the epiphany, the aha light bulb moment where your perception of things is changing. It could be regarding that loss of a loved one, with the next card out being clouds. Messengers in spirit is what I'm getting with this particular card. Love chances possible. You're wanting to know your love chances. I wasn't going to do personal reads, but you're really, literally, I think there's only 2 people in the chat. If you're patient and you let me finish with the Leo read, I'll do for you, since you're here. But let me finish with the Leo read, okay? All right. So Leo, if you did lose someone and they're in spirit, I'm glad you're at your Phoenix moment, and understanding that they are in spirit and they're still communicating with you with that final card out, and coming through a healing time and creating the life that you want with the seedlings and the tree of life, creating a new life for yourself after that loss. I wish you peace and healing if you are going through that. The loss of a loved one is never easy. Ask me how I know. Lost a lot of people in my life who are in the beyond, in heaven, in the ethers, in the spirit realm, however you want to call that. All right, let me write down the deck that I did the first read for Leo. All right, and Leo, let's do a Divine Doorways read. We want to do a Divine Doorways read. No, I want to do something different, and then I'll do a Divine Doorways read for Leo. Let's do the Ask Your Soul message card for Leo. All right, good. That one's flipping out real quick. Leo, it's asking you, how can you serve? What seeds can you plant to serve others, to help your community to grow? It's asking you that, especially if you have went through the loss. It's helpful to get out in community, maybe grief therapist, or just community service, giving back to others can uplift your spirit. It can give you purpose in your life, and help get you out into community, so that you're not isolating if you are in mourning or grief. And we can grieve not just those who we lost, who have passed on from this world, but sometimes we have broken relationships, broken families, broken homes, people, places, and things that we've cut out of our lives, and we can grieve all of those as well. All right, angels, guides, and ancestors. What else do we have for Leo? Looking at the next 1 to 3 months. Any advice, Spirit, for Leo? We have prepare for transformation. So a reminder that you're going through physical, spiritual, and emotional transformation every day. Anticipate a time of big changes. It's telling you to practice self-discipline. It may be helpful to you to set your goals down and write them down so that you can stay on task, especially if you're in a period of grief, loss, or mourning. It can be challenging to restart. I'm seeing someone hitting a snooze button over and over, so it can be challenging to get back onto the act of living and moving forward with your goals. And it's a reminder to keep going. It may feel like it's an uphill battle at the moment, but it's asking you to gain a new perspective, kind of look at things from different angles. Our loved ones are never gone, even when they're in spirit. They're just, if you can think of it as, they're just in another room. And you can speak to them and communicate to them and talk to them anytime you want. They can hear you. And a reminder to use positive affirmations and remind yourself that this too shall pass. These feelings shall pass. And if you are hurting from the loss of someone in your life, it does get better. The weight of grief and loss does change over time and does not hurt as much. All right, we're going to move away from that heavy energy, Leo. Move away from that heavy energy. If you are going through that, I wish you love, peace, and healing. And let's look at the divine doorways quickly for Leo. What do we have coming in the next 1 to 3 months for Leo? What can we anticipate? Do a deep dive? Oh, you're wanting me to go to sacred ancestors. Okay. Okay. I've done deep dive for Aries, but I guess we're doing sacred ancestors for Leo. All right. Take out the face card. Next 1 to 3 months. What guidance do we have from the guidance do we have for the ancestors for Leo? Next 1 to 3 months, please. Angels, guides, ancestors, and star seeds. What do we have? Okay, we have diverse passage. Walk the bridge between worlds with grace, knowing that harmony lies in balance, and transformation is your greatest ally for peace. We're still stuck on that grief and loss message. It's a diverse passage. Walk the bridge between worlds with grace, knowing that harmony lies in balance, and transformation is your greatest ally for peace. See the beauty in all experiences, even when we have lost people, places, or things who are no longer a part of our life. If you can find beauty in the experience that you were able to spend time with that person while they were in your life, and that your memories are always your memories. Any good memories that you had with that person, they still exist. You can call on that at any time. You can speak to your loved one at any time. You can light a candle. You can make their favorite meal. You can journal your feelings. That connection still exists. It's just you communicating on a different, in the energetic realms instead of in the physical realms. And the next card out is Celestial Cycles. Follow the moon's light during dark times. And remember that you too can shift and change. In balance, you will find your true power. Find strength in reflection. It's a beautiful card. Beautiful card. So just some loving guidance from your ancestors to end the read for Leo. All right. Shalvara, you're just wanting to know your chances of love with a particular person. All right, I'll give you a one card read. Shalvara, I'll give you a 1 card read for your chances of love, okay? I'm just going to pull from the Spiritual Advice Oracle cards. What is that? Shike. Give me a second. Let me pull 1 card for Shalvara. So is it Selvara? Love, chances, possible, ma'am. That was your question. Oh, I am Bangladesh. Is that okay? Okay, so you're wanting to know how Janta Jolly feeling. Okay. Love chances. Love chances. angels, guides, ancestors, and soul tribe, star seeds. It does not look at this time that that is coming together. It's the cards that came out are practice acceptance, letting go, surrender, peace, and forgiveness. So not at this time for that particular relationship. It's telling you to let go and forgive. And the next card out is practice self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-worth, and boundaries. Know that the right one will come through for you, and you won't have to question. You won't have to question. They will show you with their words, their actions, consistent, meaning their actions do not change over time. You can see with what they say, what they speak, and how they act, if they are loyal, true, kind, loving, compassionate, and worthy of your time. Anyone who leaves you in confusion is not someone who you should pine over. They should make themselves clear to you. So if this is not the one for you, that's okay. Know that the right one will never leave you in confusion. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this. Ravi, Chandra, Shakar, and Goisha relationship output block situation. You're wanting to know, so one of you have blocked each other, you're wanting to know about that situation. That's never a good indicator if you've blocked each other. If someone has blocked each other, then someone is emotionally closed off, angry, or, they're either doing it to protect their own peace or as an act of control. You would know where, follow your own intuition as to why that situation is the way that it is. I know sometimes it's difficult. We love people who are not ready to love us back. Blocking is never good, though. That means someone does not know how to communicate well, and you need to ask yourself, why would you want a relationship where someone who cannot communicate in a healthy way? Are you communicating kindly and compassionately? Are they communicating? Are they talking kindly and compassionately? All right. Any for Rafi on your love spirit advice card? Remember, this is general message only. Won't resonate for everyone. It's for entertainment purposes only, but let's see what we have. Any spirit advice? Okay, we'll take the flipper. Find balance between giving and receiving. It's telling you that you overgive. Balance, harmony, reciprocity, and flow. All healthy relationships, you will have both of you giving equally time, attention, and communication to each other. If they are not doing that, ask yourself why you would be chasing that, okay? And that's not scolding you. That's just the universe wants better for you. So find your balance between overgiving to people, and you'll attract in a healthier love when you can learn to not overgive of your emotions, time, money, energy. Okay. I hope that's helpful to both of you. All right, so we're going to move on to Sagittarius. And, all right, let's see. I'm just writing down the names of the decks. So then we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Okay. So we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes for sip of my drink. Oh, it's an energy drink. I don't drink alcohol. Just making that clear. Since it's a can, some people think that it's alcohol. It's not alcohol. I don't drink that anymore. I used to, but I don't. All right. I'm going to move on to the read for Sagittarius now, guys. I wasn't going to do any personals, but that was 2 personal reads that you got for free. So call it your lucky day. You got one question and 1 poll each. That's all that I'm going to do free. If you want more than that, you can look in my bio and book a read. You can pay for a mini read or pay for a read. A half-hour read is $33.33, and the information there is there for my Cash App if you'd like to book a read. All right. Moving on. Moving on. All right. I'm being pulled there. Don't know why, but I am. You both are. What are you talking about? Ascumation. Okay, I don't know if you're talking about me, that we both are fat, we both look huge, we both have beer bellies, but I don't identify that way. If you want to talk negatively about yourself, go ahead. Thanks for the view. That's really negative crap. So I'm going to block you and time you out because I don't have time for that crap. So later, Gata. Could have had a nice free read, but yeah. The trolls be trolling. All right. Let's start out with the Light Seers Tarot for Sagittarius. People crack me up. Oh, wow. Why would you? Okay, that's all I'm going to say about it. Why would you come onto a free tarot read, which is meant to give people and talk negative about yourself or anyone else who's there trying to help you? Doesn't make sense to me. Sounds like you have a pretty pitiful life. But thanks for the view. All right. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. This deck feels heavy, like old icky past why I was pulled to it first, but it was. All right, Sag, let's see. What were you going through? What were you going through, Sag? Wanted current energy. I'm gonna bunch out. Oh, okay. Okay, well, you've got somebody new in your energy, some new kind of offer. They're saying that they're coming in double in reverse, so not toxic. But it's Page of Pentacles in reverse. They're not offering any kind of apology for anything that you went through in the past. And they're they're in the Page of Swords reversed. Hi, Miss Tori. How are you, hon? Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Page of Swords reversed. A little bit immature, little childish, not being real truthful. So this was someone that you were dealing with in the past who came in, maybe someone that you dated, someone who gave you a little love offer. But they were toxic at one point. They're saying that they're not anymore, but there's no apology. And they're still immature. So, okay, Sag, why do you need to know that? This is usually because we need to look at your past so that we know where you are right now. Excuse me. Confirmation burps. Angels, guides, ancestors, give us the cards we need to see. Can we figure out this past crap so we can move on to the current, please? I know. It's helpful to people to acknowledge where you've been, what you've went through, and what you've healed through. Or if you're still stuck. Let's see. All right, what are the 3 we have out? Yeah, 9 of Swords, all up in your head. All up in your head about this. Maybe some tearful nights. They had you all messed up, all in your head. You know, I don't see this as I've never really seen this as a horrible card. It's the King of Wands. The King of Wands is, yeah, okay, that's why. Because that's not this person. That was you. You were very King of Wands. You were standing in your, I'm ready to take action. I'm a leader. I take charge. I'm standing in my strength and my truth. Whether you're male or female, this is where you were. But that situation had you in Hanged Man energy. So stagnation. Hello. I am, hi, nice to meet you. I'm not doing personal reads. If you'd like to book one, you can. Thank you for the view. Right now I'm doing the Sagittarius read. It does say that in the title, Aries, Leo, and Sag. All right, so you were stuck in a stagnant situation, the hangman. That's never a comfortable position to be in, but that timeout and that stagnancy did allow you to see things from a new perspective so that you could grow through it, learn from it, and move forward. So let's see. What action did you take while you were in hangman or when you came out of hangman energy? Leo, angels, guides, and ancestors. We have 7 of Pentacles. You were looking at all the time that you invested and if it was worth it to continue to try to make this situation grow. We're looking at your own growth through that time. What did you do? What did you do? What did you find? 5 of Cups. You felt left out in the cold. They didn't give you enough. Maybe they did a little breadcrumbing, kind of in your emotions about all that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she's looking so sad and forlorn. You know, at least it's just her toes in the sand feeling sad, not her head in the sand. So you were at least looking at things. You were looking at the reality of it for once. Thinking I put in a lot of time and energy to this, but I didn't feel like I got much out of it. Okay. Did you move on from that? Yeah. Maybe a little argument or fighting among people, or fighting with you and this person, this partner, or you felt like there was a lot of conflict, a lot of outside drama, a lot of outside crap that affected this partnership, situationship, whatever it was. And then you decided you wanted to get aligned. Look to your higher power with the Hierophant. Find your own internal joy and peace. Remember, our peace comes from Source, the Creator, and within, not from a romantic partner. They can add joy to your life, but you should find that own joy and peace with Source and within yourself. Yep. So you went into full, I'm going to create the life I want, Queen of Wands and Empress. So you bossed up and he decided that wasn't it. That wasn't it. So good job, Leo. Coming into, truly in your power, Queen of Wands. Yep. Yep. Definitely. So in the past, someone who wasn't completely honest, a little immature, and you decided that wasn't worth your time. All right. Good job, Leo, for coming through it. So where are we at now? Let me write down the deck. So that was Light Seers. All right. What energy are we in now, Leo? What energy are we in now? What are we creating? Using the Priestess of Light Oracle, angels, guides, and ancestors, give us the message we need to see. Angels, guides, ancestors, starseeds, give us the message we need to see. A little bit heavy still. Haven't fully worked through that past energy, but much lighter. Much lighter. All right, we have a flipper. What is that one? Oh, good. Good, Leo. I like to see that. River of Blessings, releasing constraints. So you no longer feel as bound by this situation. Hey, how you doing, Noelle? Nice to see you, hon. I'm on the Sag reading. The last little read was with the light seers, and it was kind of a past energy, a unsatisfying relationship with an immature person who didn't offer you much. And then Leo stepping into their power and kind of releasing that. So that's good. This deck feels a little bit heavy, but a lot lighter. And the first card out in that pull is River of Blessing and Releasing Constraints. So no longer feeling bound by that situation or limiting yourself to think that that was all that you were worthy of. What else do we have? Current energy. I'm looking at 1 to 3 months. Leo, angels, guides, ancestors, and starseeds. It's been quiet in the chat. I've had a couple of people from some different places in the world, but they weren't super chatty. I guess just because they don't know me well enough yet. Angels, guides, ancestors, and starseeds. Give us the message we need to see. Give us the message we need to see for Leo. 1 to 3 months out. 1 to 3 months out. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Is that it? Is that all you're going to show me? Thank you, Spirit. Innovation, new creations. Oh, I like this. I like this. Oh, yeah. Yep. You've got all the power in your hands to create a new reality, a new life. Maybe you're into energy work and healing. You're creating. Magician, the power is right there in your hands to create the reality that you want. Very powerful energy. So a lot of new creations coming for you within the next couple of months, Leo. Love to know if you have something new you're creating. What is it that you're creating? What is it that you're creating? We have anything new going on in your life? Hearing musical instruments, sound healing. No, not sound healing. It's just music. It's lovely. Maybe that's from the viewers. I had some viewers from sounded like Indian kind of music. Yeah. Okay. Leo, you are having some premonition, some precognition. So knowing beforehand, psychic ability and future vision with the hawk and the headdress. You are trying to see into the future. You're using your intuition to see the reality that you want to create and what is coming. Trying to work on your abundance. You may have some of that coming in. Quite a busy time. She's got 4 arms there, abundance, wealth, and plenty. So you may have 4 different ventures, 4 different avenues that you're working on, multiple aspects of your job, your creation, or your business, or 4 separate work projects that you have going on. You're being reminded, because this card was in the reverse, reminded to have grateful optimism, joyous view of the future. So it does feel like you'll have some moments of not feeling so positive about the future. And the reminder is to go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, and releasing. So any of that former stagnant situation that you had that maybe messed with your mind a little bit, or felt made you feel like you weren't worthy of love, abundance, and wonderful things in your life. It's just a reminder to finish releasing that and cleanse out the energy so that you can receive more from the universe. Detach your energy from any former partnerships or alliances that didn't work, so that you can get more into the universal flow of receiving the abundance. So just a reminder is to finish that final releasing and try to stay optimistic, because the universe does want to give you, they're telling you, you're having premonitions about the abundance coming, and it's right there. You've got a lot of projects that, multiple streams of income that can come in from the many projects. Your only stumbling blocks are not going with the flow and not remaining optimistic. So just a gentle reminder from the universe to try to stay in the grateful and optimistic energy. You are a co-creator with the universe. So that was your read from the Priestess of Light. And let's see where else Spirit wants to pull us for Leo. Let's do the enchanted map. We haven't done that tonight, and I feel pulled there. All right, this one usually gets pretty specific. Angels, guides, ancestors, and starseeds give us the message we need to see for Leo. Ooh, Leo. See? Look at this. Golden Palace. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. It wants to pull some former energy that you haven't released. So, you thought you were building this big, abundant life, but everything was very precarious. It was kind of built right on the edge of a cliff. And there was a point where what you were building, whatever that was, a career or a partnership, you hit rock bottom with that, with the 10, a complete ending of that former life and the life that you were building. And now you're in the process, 37, 3, and 7 of 10. Cleaning house, getting rid of all the memories, getting rid of all the memories in your in the mental house and your physical house from that. And next card out is number 1's the ghost of the past, from the former relationship, where you felt that you were not seen, received, or loved properly from someone who was immature and didn't give. Oh, Leo. Well, we were doing good. You're trying to create a new life, but there's still the energy is not fully released from you because it's coming out in the cards in this read. Whoever's going through this, I'm sorry. That's never easy. But know that the universe has better for you. Know that the universe has better for you. Where are you pulling me, Spirit? Where are you pulling me? So that was really weird. So the feeling was literally like being pulled backwards, like someone is pulling. So someone's pulling on your energy. Someone's trying to pull on your energy. Remember to keep your spiritual protection up. Keep it up. Maybe you feel very energetically tied to this person from the past, and you can literally feel their energy pulling on yours. It may be making you feel tired, sad, fatigued, Yeah. Spiritual protection. And you can also cut all energetic cords, try to cut energetic cords with any person. I call back my power from all people, places, things, and timelines no longer in alignment with my greatest and highest good. I call back my power to me to be returned in its highest vibration, whole, healed, and transmuted for my highest good. I declare myself a sovereign being, free from all contracts made knowingly or unknowingly, no longer in my greatest and highest good. And so shall it be. All right, what else do we have for Leo? Yeah, Leo, are you listening? The deep freeze, feeling like you were stuck in that stagnancy of that moment again. And wow. Oh, goodness. You sitting around all sad? Sitting around all sad, listening to sad music and memories of the past. You got to cut that out, Leo. You got to move on. You got to move on. Hensala, hello. Riaz, I'm not doing personal readings. I'm in the middle of my last read which is for Sagittarius. If you want a personal read on, you can book. The information is in my bio. I appreciate you coming in and checking out the reads and giving it a like. And a reminder, we shouldn't be longing for someone that we know there's a third party involved. You deserve better than that. You deserve better than that. If you know there's a third party, why would you continue to allow yourself to be involved in that? Okay? Ask yourself why you would settle for that. All right. What else do we have for Leo? Angels, guides, and ancestors. Any information for the next 1 to 3 months? Sorry, not Leo. We're on Sagittarius. Was going to pull me back to Leo. Sagittarius. All right. Good. We got a big old bunch here. Okay. So you may be starting something new with education. Opening a book. Learning, reading, studying. I love that. Stork, birthing a new life. So whatever it is, a new, this could be something for your job or a new career path. Thank you, hon. Thank you. I wish you the best. I truly do. Just want everyone to be in happy, healthy relationships. And I think people deserve better than to be in a third party situation and hurting over that. All right, so Sagittarius, the next card was education. So maybe you are looking at some new field of study for your career and really delving into that will bring you some peaks of joy, so happiness, spark your creativity. And you're really looking at the details of how you would achieve this with this field of dreams. Looking at the details and the fine print, a lot to study. How long would it take me to create and hatch this life? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you're wanting to create, hatch these dreams for a new life, and you're wide open to receive from the universe. So letting go of some of that heavy energy areas, getting into studying something, going into a new field of study, and that will bring you joy. And something to focus on rather than the hurt of a past relationship. So I love that comment. Hi, it's the first time you watched my live broadcast. You're already my favorite Neapolitan streamer. I love your accent. You're so captivating, like a spicy salami Neapolitan pizza. Thank you. That's really cute. You love the red hair. Thank you, Victoria. The hair is much bolder and brighter than what I normally have, but it is in honor of a recently passed loved one who it wanted everyone. It has a lot of very pink to that particular red. It's a magenta, but Miss Sarah wanted everyone to wear pink and white for her celebration of life for her funeral, and that was just yesterday. So Wednesday, I think it was. Yeah, Wednesday. In the wee hours of the night, I got out of bed and dyed it for her. So next. Oh, Rahul, I'm sorry, hon. I'm not doing any personal reads. If you'd like to, you can book one. But as I'm reading your question, next action of Divya for Rahul, no contact. I would ask you to ask yourself why you would concern yourself who has went into no contact. That indicates a person who is not willing to talk. So they are either angry or they are not a good communicator. Why would you want to continue to put your energy and time into someone who is not a good communicator? You deserve better than that, right? You deserve better than that. So try to detach your energy from the longing for someone who does not want to openly communicate with you. If they are meant to come back in your life, they will communicate clearly and honestly, and their actions and their words will show you with a continual effort that they want to be with you and that they are a healthy partner. So you should want that for yourself. Okay? All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Let me see if there's anything. That was kind of a short read for Sagittarius. I'll give one quick ask your soul advice card. Do a quick pull from the ask your soul for Sagittarius. That's okay, Rahul. I didn't mean to offend you, honey. I just want healthy relationships for everyone. That. So please don't be offended. That's my soul in you to have a healthy, happy relationship with yourself and any partners that you would be with. Just as I would like for myself. I wish that for everyone out there in my viewership. So, never. All right, Sagittarius, ask your soul message cards. What do we have? Angels, guides, ancestors, and starseeds. We have, oh, see, lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Rahul, if you're still here, sweetheart, or anyone watching, this is a general message for Sagittarius or anyone who's led to this part of the message. Tune into your soul. Really connect with yourself and source. And remember that you are enough. You are enough for a healthy relationship. You are enough for a healthy relationship. We should not be long block us. Do not communicate well with us or put us in third-party relationships. You are worth more than that. Okay? So work on changing your thoughts about yourself. Speak to yourself every day, right? Speak life into yourself every day of love. I am worthy of safety. I am worthy of a partner who speaks to me kindly treats me kindly, supports me, cares for me with their words and their actions consistently every day. Okay? Hello, Kunman. Nice to meet you. I'm not doing personal reads, hon. If you'd like, you can book a personal read. I'm actually ending the reads. I just ended general readings for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But I appreciate your view. Thank you for joining in. All right. This is going to end the reads for the evening. I thank you for viewing my channel, and I wish you all well. Have a wonderful night.